During the design of a friction clutch, what are the considerations that should be made?
In order to design a friction clutch, the following points must be kept in mind. The material for the contact surfaces must be carefully selected. For high-speed devices, to minimize the inertia load of the clutch, low-weight moving parts must be selected. The contact of the friction surfaces must be maintained at all the times without the application of any external forces. Provisions for the facilitation of repairs must be there. In order to increase safety, the projecting parts of a clutch must be covered. A provision to take up the wearing of the contact surfaces must be present. Heat dissipators to take away the heat from the point of contacting surfaces must be there.
What are the different types of brakes and explain them briefly?
Brakes can be classified on the basis of their medium used to brake. They are as follows. Hydraulic brakes. These brakes, as their name suggests, use a fluid medium to push or repel the brake pads for braking. Electric brakes. These brakes use electrical energy to deplete or create a braking force. Both the above types of brakes are used primarily for applications where a large amount of energy is to be transformed. Mechanical brakes. They can be further classified on the basis of the direction of their acting force. Radial brakes. As their name suggests, the force that acts on the brakes is of radial direction. They can further be classified into internal and external blades. Axial brakes. In these types of brakes, the braking force is acting in an axial direction as compared to radial brakes.
On what basis can sliding contact bearings be classified? Explain.
Sliding contact bearings can be classified on the basis of the thickness of the lubricating agent layer between the bearing and the journal. They can be classified as follows. Thick film bearings. These type of bearings have their working surface separated by a layer of the lubricant. They are also known as hydrodynamic lubricated bearings, thin film bearings. In this type of bearings, the surfaces are partially in direct contact with each other even after the presence of a lubricant. The other name for such type of bearings is boundary lubricated bearings, zero film bearings. These type of bearings, as their name suggests, have no lubricant present between the contact layers. Externally or hydrostatically pressurized lubricated bearings. These bearings are able to, without any relative motion, support steady loads.
What are the bases on which the best material for sliding contact bearings manufacturing?
Some of the important properties to look out for in the material for sliding contact bearings are as follows. Compressive strength. In order to prevent the permanent deformation and intrusion of the bearing, the material selected should possess a high compressive strength to bear the max bearing pressure. Fatigue strength. The material selected for the bearing should be able to withstand loads without any surface fatigue cracks getting created. This is only possible if the material has a high level of fatigue strength. Comfortability. The material should be able to adjust or accommodate bearing inaccuracies and deflections without much wear and heating. Embeddability. The material should allow the embedding of small particles without affecting the material of the journal. Bondability. The bearings may be created by bringing together, bonding, multiple layers of the material. Due to the above reason, the bondability of the material should be sufficiently high. Thermal conductivity and corrosion resistance. Thermal conductivity is an essential property for bearing materials as it can help in quickly dissipating the generated heat. Also, the material should have a level of corrosion resistance against the lubricant.